Welcome back to our channel, Coins Collection, where we explore the fascinating world of coins, their history, and their collectible value. Today, we'll be looking at a small but historically significant coin, the 5 centime coin from France, dated 1985. At first glance, this bronze-colored coin may seem ordinary, but like many coins, it tells a deeper story about French history, economy, and culture. In this video, we'll cover the background and history of the French centime system, the design and symbolism of the 5 centime coin, details specific to the 1985 issue, its place in French currency before the euro, and finally, its value today for collectors. So, let's begin our journey into the story of the 1985 French 5 centime coin, the centime. A brief history. The term centime comes from the Latin centum, meaning 100, and was first introduced in France during the French Revolution in 1795, when the country adopted the decimal system. The idea was simple: 100 centimes equals 1 franc. This move away from older complex currency systems was part of revolutionary ideals, making money more rational, fair, and accessible to all. Over time, the centime became a familiar part of French daily life. Coins of 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50 centimes circulated alongside larger denominations like the franc itself. By the 20th century, the 5 centime coin was among the lowest value coins, but it still played an important role in everyday transactions, buying small items like bread, sweets, or paying exact change. The 5 centime coin in the Fifth Republic. France's Fifth Republic was established in 1958 under President Charles de Gaulle. This marked a new era not only politically, but also economically. By 1960, France revalued its currency, introducing what was known as the nouveau franc, new franc. 1 new franc was worth 100 old francs, and the centime was reintroduced into circulation in this modernized system. The 5 centime coin, as we know it from 1985, was part of this revalued currency system. Design of the 5 centime coin. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the French 5 centime coin. Obverse. Front. The obverse features the national motto of France: Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, which translates to liberty, equality, brotherhood. These 3 words are not just decorative, they symbolize the revolutionary principles that have shaped France since the 18th century. Below the motto, you will see the denomination, 5 centimes, clearly inscribed. The year of minting, in our case 1985, is also displayed. The design is surrounded by 2 wheat ears and an olive branch, symbols of agriculture, peace, and prosperity. Reverse. Back. The reverse typically depicts Marianne, the national emblem of France. Marianne is a personification of liberty and reason, much like Lady Liberty in the United States. She is often shown wearing a Phrygian cap, a traditional symbol of freedom and resistance against tyranny. The words, République Française, French Republic, circle around her profile. This balance of symbolism, agriculture, peace, liberty, and national identity, reflects how France wanted its everyday money to also serve as a reminder of its values. The 1985 issue. So, what makes the 1985 5 centime coin special? It was struck in large numbers at the Paris Mint, La Monnaie de Paris, which is one of the world's oldest continuously operating mints. Founded in the year 864, the coin is made of aluminum bronze, giving it a lightweight feel and golden brown appearance. It has a diameter of 19 mm and weighs only 2 grams, making it quite small and easy to carry. The 1980s were a period of inflation in France, so by 1985, the 5 centime coin had relatively little purchasing power. It was mostly used for small change or in vending machines. Still, despite being a low-value coin in its time, it remains collectible today because France abandoned the franc when the euro was introduced in 2002. At the end of the franc and the centime on January 1, 2002, France, along with most other European Union countries, officially adopted the euro as its currency. The French franc, along with its centime coins, was withdrawn from circulation. The smallest unit of the euro is also called a cent, which works similarly to the centime. For many French citizens, the change marked the end of an era. Centimes, including the 5 centime coin from 1985, became nostalgic reminders of everyday life in pre-Euro France. Collectible value of the 1985 French 5 centime coin. Now to the question many of you are waiting for: what is the value of the 1985 French 5 centime coin today? The value of such coins depends on several factors. 1. Condition. Grade coins in circulation usually have scratches and wear, making them less valuable. Uncirculated or mint condition coins can fetch a higher price point too. Rarity: since the 1985 issue was minted in large quantities, it is not rare. However, finding one in pristine condition is harder. Point 3. Demand: collectors who focus on French coins, or on pre-Euro European coins, may be particularly interested. Current market value: a typical circulated 1985 5 centime coin is worth around 10 cents to 50 cents USD, or 10 to 50 euro cents. In uncirculated or brilliant condition, it may reach $2 to $5 USD, proof or specially preserved versions, if available, could be worth slightly more. So while this coin is not going to make you rich, it holds great historical and sentimental value, especially as part of a complete collection of French francs. Why collect it, you might ask? If the coin isn't very valuable, why collect it at all? Well, coin collecting isn't always about monetary profit. It's about history, culture, and the joy of holding a small piece of the past in your hands. The 1985 French 5 centime coin is a piece of everyday life from France before the euro. A representation of French values like liberty and fraternity. A simple but beautiful design that captures the nation's identity, affordable, making it a great entry coin for beginner collectors. The 5 centime coin from France, dated 1985, may be small in size and modest in value, but it carries with it centuries of French history and symbolism. From the revolutionary ideals of liberty and equality, to the everyday transactions of French citizens in the 1980s, this coin tells a story far larger than its denomination. Today, while no longer in circulation, it remains a collectible treasure for anyone interested in European coins, pre-Euro currency, or simply the history of France. So, next time you come across a French 5 centime coin, whether in a collection, a flea market, or a forgotten drawer, remember, you're holding a piece of history. Outro: if you enjoyed this deep dive into the history and value of the 1985 French 5 centime coin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating coin stories from around the world. Next coin. Today, we're diving into a small but historically rich coin, the 1988 French 10 centime coin. While it may look like just a simple piece of metal, this coin carries with it centuries of French history, artistry, and economic significance. By the end of this video, you'll understand not only what makes the 1988 10 centime coin unique, but also its collectible value in today's numismatic market. So, let's begin. Historical background of French centimes. To truly appreciate the 1988 10 centime coin, we first need to step back and look at the French monetary system. The centime was introduced during the French Revolution in the late 18th century, when the new republic adopted the decimal system for currency. 1 franc was divided into 100 centimes. This was a major innovation at the time, and it spread to influence many other nations. The 10 centime coin became one of the standard small denominations in circulation, used for everyday purchases like bread, coffee, and newspapers. By the late 20th century, when our 1988 coin was minted, France was still using the franc and centime system, but change was on the horizon. The adoption of the euro was only a decade away. This gives the 1988 10 centime coin a special place in history, as one of the last series of small centime coins before the euro era. Design of the 1988 10 centime coin. The French have always been known for blending art and symbolism in their coins, and the 10 centime is no exception. Obverse. Front. The obverse side features the bust of Marianne, the national symbol of the French Republic. Marianne represents liberty, reason, and the spirit of the Republic. She has appeared on French coins, stamps, and official seals for centuries. Her image was designed in a classical style, wearing the Phrygian cap, a traditional symbol of freedom dating back to the Roman era. Reverse. Back. The reverse of the coin shows the denomination, 10 centimes, boldly in the center. Around it, you'll find the national motto of France, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, which translates to liberty, equality, brotherhood. This motto was born from the French Revolution and remains a powerful reminder of the country's values. Below the denomination is the year of issue, in our case, 1988. Edge. The coin has a smooth edge, which is typical for small denominations. Composition and size. The 1988 10 centime coin is made of aluminum bronze, giving it a golden color. It weighs about 6 grams and has a diameter of 20 millimeters, making it lightweight yet durable for daily circulation. the minting of the 1988 coin. The 1988 10 centime coin was struck at the Paris Mint, Monnaie de Paris, which is one of the oldest continuously operating mints in the world, founded in the year 864, during the 1980s. The 10 centime coin was widely circulated throughout France. Millions were minted in 1988, making it a common coin at the time. However, because the euro replaced the franc in 2002, these coins were gradually withdrawn from circulation, and many were melted down. This means that while the 1988 10 centime coin is not considered extremely rare, it has become a nostalgic collector's piece representing pre-euro France economic context of 1988. To understand the everyday role of the 10 centime coin, let's look at France in 1988. At the time, François Mitterrand was president, and France was experiencing steady economic growth in a rapidly modernizing Europe. The franc was still the national currency, and coins like the 10 centime were important in daily life, particularly for small purchases. For example, a baguette of bread cost around 2 to 3 francs, meaning the 10 centime coin would be useful for giving exact change. Small public telephones and vending machines also relied on low-value coins like this one. Collectible value today. Now let's address the big question. What is the 1988 French 10 centime coin worth today? In terms of pure face value, the coin was worth just 1/10 of a franc, and since the franc was replaced by the euro, its face value is no longer valid for spending. However, as a collectible item, circulated examples, these coins usually sell for around 10 cents to $1 depending on condition. Uncirculated or mint state examples, if you have a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth between $2 and $5 USD. Proof or rare errors. Occasionally, proof strikes or error coins from this period can fetch $10 or more. But these are less common. While it's not a coin that will make you rich, its value lies in its history and symbolism. Collectors of French coins or world coins often seek out examples from the final years before the euro transition. Why collect the 1988 10 centime coin? So, why should collectors and history lovers care about this small coin? 1. Historical symbolism. It represents the Fifth Republic of France, carrying the enduring motto of liberty, equality, and fraternity. 2. Transitional period. Being from the late 1980s, it comes just before the euro era, making it part of the final chapter of the franc system. 3. Iconic design. Featuring Marianne, the coin reflects France's dedication to national identity through art. 4. Affordability. Unlike rare gold or silver coins, the 1988 10 centime is very affordable, making it accessible to beginner collectors. 5. Educational value. It's a great way to learn about France's history, economy, and cultural values. Fun facts about the 10 centime coin. The French 10 centime coin has existed in various forms since the Napoleonic era, over 150 years before the 1988 version. Marianne, featured on the obverse, is considered a personification of the Republic. Much like Lady Liberty in the United States, France completely phased out the franc and centime coins by 2002, when the euro became the official currency. Some 1980s 10 centime coins are found in proof sets, which were specially made for collectors with highly polished surfaces. The 1988 French 10 centime coin may seem small and ordinary, but it is a remarkable piece of history. From its iconic design featuring Marianne, to its role in the everyday life of the French people, it reflects the values and identity of the nation. Though it is not rare or highly valuable, its charm lies in its connection to the past, a reminder of France before the euro, and a celebration of liberty, equality, and fraternity. So, the next time you come across a French 10 centime coin from 1988, remember, you're holding not just a coin, but a piece of history. Next coin, where we uncover the fascinating stories behind rare and historical coins from around the world. Today, we are exploring a piece of French numismatic history, the 20 centimes coin from France, minted in 1976. At first glance, it might look like a simple small denomination coin, but it carries deep symbolism, remarkable design, and historical importance. By the end of this video, you'll understand the origins, design features, historical background, and the collectible value of this coin in today's market. Globe showing Europe-Africa historical context of the 1976 French 20 centimes. To understand the coin, we need to place it in the context of France in the 1970s. France, in 1976, was under the Fifth Republic, established in 1958. The country was recovering from the economic shocks of the early 1970s, particularly the 1973 oil crisis. Inflation was rising, and coins like the 20 centimes played an important role in daily life, as they were commonly used for small purchases like newspapers, bread, or tram tickets. The 20 centimes denomination had been in circulation since the 19th century, but its modern form, which includes the 1976 version, belongs to the redesign that came with the 1959 currency reform. This reform introduced coins with modernized designs that reflected France's national values. The 1976 coin is therefore not just pocket change, it represents a period of French modernization, both economically and culturally. Physical specifications: the 1976 20 centimes coin was part of the French franc system, which remained in use until the introduction of the euro in 2002. Here are its key specifications: country, France; year, 1976; value, 20 centimes, 0.20 francs, metal composition, aluminum. Bronze alloy weight, 3.06 grams diameter, 23.5 mm thickness, 1.6 mm edge, smooth mint, Paris mint, Monnaie de Paris. This size made it small but easy to carry, and its golden color from the aluminum-bronze alloy gave it a distinctive appearance compared to copper or nickel coins. Artist palette design details: the design of the French 20 centimes coin is one of the most admired aspects of this piece. Obverse, front side. The obverse features the national emblem of France, the bust of Marianne, a female figure wearing a Phrygian cap. Marianne symbolizes liberty and reason, values deeply rooted in the French Revolution of 1789. Her portrait is sleek and modern, reflecting the artistic style of mid-20th century France. Around her, the inscription reads, République Française, meaning, French Republic. This side connects the coin to France's long tradition of using Marianne as a personification of the nation. Reverse, back side. The reverse carries the denomination, 20 centimes, the year of minting, 1976, is placed at the bottom. Surrounding the central value are beautiful symbols of French agriculture, an olive branch and wheat ears. These represent prosperity, peace, and agricultural wealth. Emphasizing France's connection to farming and rural tradition, the words liberté, égalité, fraternité. France's national motto, meaning liberty, equality, fraternity, are inscribed across the reverse, reinforcing the coin's symbolic strength. Chart increasing circulation and usage: the 20 centimes coin was a circulation coin, not a commemorative issue. This means it was used daily by millions of French citizens in shops, markets, and cafes. The 1976 edition was produced in large quantities, making it widely accessible. Despite its availability, many coins did not survive in excellent condition due to heavy circulation. Most examples you find today will show signs of wear, scratches, or fading of details. Still, for collectors, the 1976 issue is an attractive piece due to its artistic design and representation of France during a transformative decade. Magnifying glass: tilted right. Collectability and value. Now, let's discuss the value of the 1976 French 20 centimes coin. General value: in circulated condition, its value is modest, usually around 20 cents to $1. Since millions were minted. However, in uncirculated condition, mint state, the coin can fetch more, ranging between $3 and $10 depending on the coin's luster, sharpness, and overall preservation. Collectors' interest: collectors are often interested in 1. High-grade specimens with minimal wear. 2. Proof-like strikes or rare mint errors. 3. Completing a full set of 20 centimes coins from the Fifth Republic era, which adds value to the 1976 edition. Special cases: coins with minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or wrong planchets, are extremely rare but can be worth significantly more, sometimes exceeding $50 to $100 USD. Rolls of uncirculated 1976 coins, if found, can also carry a premium. Balance scale comparison with other years: the 1976 edition is quite similar in design to other years of the series, but each year carries its own mintage levels and collector demand. Some years are rarer, while 1976 is relatively common. However, its age, being nearly 50 years old, already makes it a nostalgic and collectible item for both French and international numismatists. Globe with Meridian's legacy of the 20 centimes coin: the French franc system was replaced by the euro in 2002, making coins like the 1976 20 centimes obsolete in circulation, yet, their symbolic and historical value remains alive. These coins are treasured as reminders of the Fifth Republic's modernization period. France's enduring values of liberty, equality, and fraternity, the artistry of French coin engravers who managed to capture national pride in everyday money. For collectors, these coins offer a way to touch history, holding in their hand a piece that was once exchanged in the bustling streets of Paris, in small village markets, or in French cafes. The 1976 French 20 centimes coin may not be rare or incredibly valuable in terms of money, but it is priceless in terms of heritage. It reflects the culture, economy, and values of France in the 1970s, making it a wonderful addition to any world coin collection. So, if you come across one of these coins, don't just see it as small change. See it as a symbol of France's history and a snapshot of a nation's spirit during a fascinating period. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this coin, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more coin histories, and leave a comment if you have a 1976 French 20 centimes in your collection.